Hello, welcome. This is going to be the official YouTube channel for Organizations Helping the World. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jasmine. I decided to make an introduction video talking about how the organization started and where it's at now. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them down below. And don't forget to check us out on our socials. So to start off, a little bit about myself. I am currently 22 years young. I reside in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I am currently attending the University of Cincinnati for social work. So the way the organization started was, at the time, I was going to the University of Cincinnati for pre-med, and I was actually really unhappy with my major at the time. So I decided to start this organization as something that would help people. I've always wanted to help people since I was younger. And I wanted to start a group of college students or just people to volunteer and to help others around in the community. So I decided this with my closest friends. I did end up texting my best friend at the time, which was Ariel, and Chloe at the time. And I told them, hey, I want to start this group to volunteer. I want to start this organization as a way to help others, to help the less fortunate, and they thought it was a great idea and they supported me all the way through. So from there, I started an Instagram page and named it Organizations Helping the World because I don't want it to help solely one cause, and I don't want it to be represented as helping just one specific thing. So that's how I started the Instagram page. From there, I started the Facebook page, and from there, I just picked out a random picture and made that my logo. And then from there, I did email out different organizations to see where we could volunteer, how we could help. I told them, hey, I have some couple of friends in me that want to come volunteer. We just started this organization and it's called Organizations Helping the World. Let us know if there's any way we can volunteer or how we could volunteer. I think out of all the organizations that I ended up emailing, the only one that emailed me back at the time was St. Joseph's Orphanage. So that was actually the very first place that we ever volunteered for. They said, hey, we have some kids and after school, they usually have some downtime, and that would be great if you could come and throw a party for them. So that is actually what we ended up doing. I texted my friends, I texted the people around me, and I was like, hey, do you want to come volunteer and throw an after-school party for these kids that are going to St. Joseph's for, I think at the time, they were going there for therapy. And they said, yeah, let's do it, let's volunteer, let's do an after-school party. So we got, I think, 6 or 7 of my friends, and we did end up volunteering. And I think that was the first party that we ever volunteered, which was a Halloween party. And following after that, we just started volunteering with them frequently. We did Halloween parties, we did Easter parties, we did back to school parties, and that was the actual first organization that we ever volunteered for, which was St. Joseph's Orphanage. From there, I started emailing out more organizations like Free Store Food Bank, Matthew Ministries, and asked them if there was any way we could volunteer, we could help out. And Free Store Food Bank was actually our second organization that we partnered with or volunteered with. They said, tell us how many is in your group, and I'll schedule you for whatever date it is that you pick, and you guys just come and check in. So I texted, at the time, I think I texted a bunch of my friends, and I let a lot of girls know from a club that I was involved in at UC Blue Ash, and they ended up coming with me as a part of Organizations Helping the World, and we did volunteer with Free Store Food Bank at that time. Following after that, I contacted Matthew Ministries, and I did the same thing. We have a group that wants to volunteer, how many people can come and when. And I let all my volunteers know. I think from there, most of my volunteers were college students, my friends, and then from mouth to mouth word. Somebody tells another person and somebody else tells another person, and that's how I started getting more and more volunteers, because more people started hearing of the organization, and then that's how more people were like, hey, I want to volunteer. And I always try to let my volunteers know like a month in advance, hey, we're gonna go volunteer this day for this cause, if you want to come. I try to post the announcements on my Facebook and Instagram, but I always try to reach out to different organizations so that way people can volunteer in different areas. It's not always the same cause. So that's why I really like Restore Food Bank, because it is a food pantry. And then I really like Matthew Ministries because it is a national disaster relief organization. So they help out places where they have national disasters, like the California wildfires. They help out a lot of different things. They also send out a lot of packages to third world countries. So it's a really neat experience. If anybody wants to come volunteer with us, they do give you a tour about what it's like to live in a third world country, and there is a video coming soon about Matthew Ministries itself and what it's about. I think after that we just started volunteering with more and more organizations monthly till the pandemic happened. Up until that point, I think we were volunteering regularly with 3 organizations, which was Matthew Ministries, Restore Food Bank, and St. Joseph's Orphanage. We were looking into volunteering with some different organizations, but then the pandemic happened and we had to stop. But I think that's everything. I think I covered everything. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, just feel free to leave them down below. And don't forget to check us out on our socials. More videos are going to be coming soon. Like I said, I want to start recording about what each organization does and what they represent. But overall, I want to use this as a platform to advocate for different causes in our community. Just reach out to people that don't know about it already, because if one person learns about it, they tell another person, and they tell another person, and they might not even know about this, or they might not even know about a cause, and that's eventually helping somebody. So don't forget to check us out on our socials, and like I said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them down below.